What's up guys, Kicks here, bringing you another episode of this Crystal Palace FIFA 16 career mode. Last episode then we saw the transfer deadline day, couple of arrivals, couple of players leaving. We got an awesome win at Villa Park and then followed that up with a defeat at the hands of Swansea at the Liberty Stadium. But you can see here we're starting again with some training, focusing on a lot of the youngsters. We've got a decent squad. We're hopefully going to invest in a youth scout. I think youth is definitely the way forward with this career, particularly as our transfer budget isn't very high at the moment, but hopefully a decent Premier League placed finish and a couple of players leaving at the end of the season in the summer, bit of a shuffle could give us a bit of transfer budget to spend. But first up, we've got a game here against Spurs, who are just above us in the league, so it gives us a chance to close the gap. They are in 4th spot, so this really is a massive game. But you can see they've got a very strong squad. Christian Eriksen, Harry Kane in particular are the ones that we're going to be looking out for. But we started very brightly. You can see not even a minute on the clock yet. We touched the ball in here to Joe Ledley, who's getting the start today. He smashes the ball from distance, but it was a fairly comfortable save for Vorm in the sticks. But Munir, who has been very dangerous actually, out on this right hand side, he cuts in, uses his left foot quite well. You can see he's gone on a really good run here, takes it past 2 or 3 before being absolutely chopped down really by Davies. It was an awful tackle, but gives Cabaye the chance to show off his set piece taking ability. Unfortunately, this was not one of his better efforts, and you can see how frustrated he is with himself here. But we get another opportunity shortly afterwards. We continue to attack and keep the pressure on. Jamie Vardy this time getting behind the defence, but unfortunately his effort was straight at the goalkeeper, who made another comfortable save. Just before half time then we had a chance with a set piece. The ball whipped in very nicely to Joe Ledley at the back stick. He'll be disappointed not to have done better with that header. But then Harry Kane, the danger man, got past the defence. It was a decent effort and a very decent save. So the half time whistle goes. It's Palace 0, Spurs 0. Still looking to find the breakthrough. We have definitely been the better side, and there are some promising signs from that first half. But it was actually Spurs who come out on top at the start of the second half. Harry Kane with an effort here from around about 20 yards, which was an easy save for Butland. But we spread the ball out to the right. You can see Sincraven linking up really well with Munir once again. He decides to cut back onto his stronger left foot, as he often does. Tries to bend one in the far corner. It was heading goalwards, but there weren't a lot of power on it, and Vorm manages to make the save. So we're moving into the last half hour. Brilliant ball into the box from Dembele. If Harry Kane had got anything on that, it might have been Eriksen actually coming in on that. If they had any contact on that at all, that is causing us a lot of problems. And then we're going to make a couple of changes. It's Sincraven. Oh, sorry, phone's gone off. Sincraven and Balassi that are going to be coming off. We're going to be bringing on Berahino, who hasn't been playing well, and Wilfried Zaha is coming on as well, in the hope that we can just, fresh legs, bit of creativity. As always, we like to make a change always around the hour mark in the hope that we can find a breakthrough. But it's actually Spurs that continue to press. You can see Dembele on the edge of the box here. It's a good tackle, but then Kurt Zuma with a really heavy touch and just presents the opportunity to Dembele, and he's not going to miss that on his stronger left foot. Just smashes the ball past Butland. Again, it's a defensive error that's cost us. A really poor heavy touch from Zuma. Uncharacteristic error, I must say. He has been fairly decent recently, but we were punished, and Spurs, after getting that goal, they were kind of galvanised. They really did pick up the pace. Decent ball into the box here. The header from Adebayor didn't quite get enough on it to cause Butland any problems, and it went wide. But they continue to come forward, continue to put us on the back foot. You can see Dembele here feeding the ball into Lamela, who strikes it with a lot of power first time on the turn. Unfortunately for us, that just goes wide, but that wasn't the end of it. Christian Eriksen found a way through. Looked odds on to score there really, but the ball was heading into that top corner, and Butland managed to pull off a super save. And then Zaha with his fresh legs going down the right hand side instead of Munir. He was just clipped there and there, but the referee gives nothing. Eventually Spurs managed to bundle the ball away, and Zaha it is who actually has the free kick given against him. But have a look at this. Berahino finally scores. I know he's not going to get many chances easier than that. The ball was literally put on a plate for him by Hugo Lloris. Not sure what he was up to, just trying to play it short, but really didn't put any power on the pass at all. And Berahino nipped in. He is quick, and if he'd have missed that, I would have just straight up transfer listed him. I'd have probably released him actually. He hasn't been firing. Hopefully the goal will give him the confidence boost he needs. He's going to get a chance to win it in stoppage time, but unfortunately the finish was not up to scratch. But his goal earns us a point from this game. Obviously just 10 minutes from time as well. When you're losing so late on, you can't really complain about getting a point out of the game. It was very much a game of two halves. We dominated the first half. Spurs dominated the second. So probably all in all a draw was a fair result. And now we've got another home game. We're welcoming Watford, a bit of a London derby here as they come to Selhurst Park. Butland starts in goal again. You can see Joe Gomez, Dele Alli getting a run out here. Jason Punchin getting a start along with Kennedy and Berahino, who hopefully, now he's grabbed his first, will go on a run of goal scoring form, or that's what we hope. But we'll see what happens. Watford then, Aurelio Gomez in goal. We all know about him. You got Capu, Barami, Lloyd Dyer, plenty of pace, Diamanti up top as well. So plenty of players that can cause us a few problems. And look at this for a counter attack. Just 10 minutes, well 12 minutes on the clock. It's 2-on-2. They break from our set piece. It's a beautiful ball to the back stick, and Diamanti says thank you very much. Just headers the ball straight past Butland. Absolutely no chance. It was all about the assist, just floating the ball to the back stick. Eric Dyer, I think it was, just caught underneath the ball, misjudged the flight, and we find ourselves one down early doors in a game which, no disrespect to Watford, we are expecting to win. So we set ourselves to attacking and look to get ourselves back on level terms immediately. You can see Zaha with the effort here, forcing Gomez into a good save. He diverts the ball behind for a corner. And we were kind of half expecting Watford to just defend, like having taken a shock lead, but they didn't. They kept coming forward. This effort cannons back off the post. Butland was beaten, and we're very lucky to find ourselves, well, to not find ourselves 2 goals behind. That would have been a real mountain to climb. But Berahino then, galvanised obviously from his goal, that seems to be the word of this episode, galvanised from his goal in the last game, storms into the box with his newfound confidence and is brought down by Capu. Absolutely no question, it's a penalty. Captain Cabai steps up, sends Gomez the wrong way, and we have ourselves an equaliser before half-time, which is exactly the kind of response we were looking for. Not quite sure what he's doing with that celebration. Looks like he's just popping in to say hello, but he's scored lots of goals for us this season. He is our top scorer. Obviously, he does take all the penalties and the set pieces as well. So no surprise there. Definitely the best player of our season so far. But stoppage time at the end of the first half. Watford decide they're going to pile on the pressure. They have an effort here. It's definitely heading goal bound, but Butland kept his concentration and managed to divert the ball behind for a corner. And that is how the first half finished. We find ourselves level. Moving into the second half, then, no changes thus far, but Watford come out the blocks really brightly, really quickly. They get it's a challenge here, I think, from Eric Dyer. They get a free kick right on the edge of the box in a really dangerous position, but they're going to whip it in here. You can see the left footer on that. They've called the second man. They run over it, which threw me a bit, and then Butland is forced into a decent save that was heading into that top corner, although it's a save that he should have made. Obviously being on that side of the goal, so he's covered himself well. But Berahino with a nice turn, he tries to bend one into the bottom corner, but familiar story for him, it just will not go in. But not too disappointed with that. It was a decent effort turning his man. We make a triple change then. Balassi, Vardy and Sinkraven coming on. Hopefully the fresh legs, the pace. There's a lot of impact players on our bench, so hopefully we can grab the goal. We've got just 19 minutes to do so. It's a game we want to win, particularly at home, trying to keep the pressure on Spurs as we failed to close the gap in that last game. But Joe Gomez here dinks the ball over the top, really nicely took a bye. Good first touch. Shot wasn't very powerful on his weaker left foot, and Gomez gobbles it up. But we're going to get one last opportunity here deep into added time. You can see there was a slight bit of contact. There is a free kick, and on this side of the goal, I like to have a left footer so they can go round the outside of the wall. 30 yards out, but Sinkraven is the man with the responsibility. His shot clips the wall, takes a deflection that puts it into the path of Gomez, who can only divert the ball behind for a corner. So we've still got the chance to get the winner. It's going to be Sinkraven on the corner. The man comes short. We decide not to use him, but that opens up a nice bit of space. We deliver the ball. The ball drops down to Jamie Vardy, who's crunched as he takes a shot. No penalty, says the referee. It drops to Cabai. His effort on goal is blocked. Diverted behind once again for the corner. So can we find that breakthrough? Now deep into stoppage time, of course. The ball's headed down, smashed away. We head it back in, but unfortunately Zuma couldn't get the ball under control in the edge of the box. It's smashed clear. The final whistle goes, and it's another draw, and you have to say another 2 points dropped. But we'll end this episode in the usual way, of course, with a look at the league table. We're now down to 7th, 2 points outside the European places. Everton have gone top, Chelsea in 2nd, City 3rd, Spurs 4th, and United and Arsenal now above us in 5th and 6th. But in terms of the expectations, it's still been a good season. We don't want to get too carried away. The gap, it's still pretty much in our hands. We still have 13 games to go. So it's up to us. We've just got to start turning these draws, 14 of them, as you can see, the most in the league by far, into wins, stop dropping the 2 points, get maximum points, and hopefully catapult our way up into those European places. But that is where we're going to end this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on the vid and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we will see you again next time.
Bottom of the table, Stoke City with 19 points. And then reading up the table, second bottom, Watford with 22 points. But only